Hello, this is Paul Puckridge. Welcome once again to another Management Minute. In today's lesson, I want to talk about the importance of the first hour of your day. I'm continually intrigued and bewildered when I meet managers who tell me they're busy, who tell me they're overworked, who tell me they've got too much to do, who don't ever consider that perhaps part of their disorganisation and their stress and their busyness is what they are or are not doing at the very start of the day. Now, I realise that things can go wrong, we all have problems, there can be a crisis at 10 o'clock which can change your entire day. But what I'm really referring to is how you set yourself up for success every day of the week. What I'd like to do now is ask you, before I go on, to pause this video just for a minute and write down step by step the daily rituals or the process that you go through once you are at work. So, number 1, walk in the door. Number 2, what do you do? Greet the staff. Number 3, do you turn your computer on? Number 4, get a coffee. Number 5, I don't know. I know what I do. What do you do? I want you to write down the steps, because there's a pretty good chance that you and I do the same things every day. We're habitual creatures, so write them down 1 to 10. And when you're finished, come back. Did you pause? Or are you still listening? Well, if you pause and wrote them down, well done. You're a very teachable manager, and that's important. If you didn't, well, who knows why. I won't go into that. But anyway, let me move on. The first hour of the day is the most important, because what happens in that first hour, I believe, is going to determine how successful or unsuccessful you are. By the way, there's another side to organising yourself and being prepared for the day. If you don't do it, your staff won't do it. And that's another lesson. You know, our staff imitate us, and they'll do whatever we're doing. But let's get back to the hour. The first hour of the day is so important, because what gets done or doesn't get done determines what we achieve. By all means, grab your cup of coffee, greet people. On a Monday, talk to people about their weekends and really engage with them, especially the relators and the expressives. Don't know what relators and expressives are? Then learn about that at the 7 Pillars. I can't say too much about that now. Sit at your desk, turn your computer on. But here's a tip, and let me leave you this lesson. I'll expand upon the hour in another lesson. The most important thing for you to do from now on in, if you don't already, is not to get caught in email until you've planned your day. There are so many managers that come to our seminars who are at their wits' end, and when we look at their diaries and their time logs, we find that they're spending the first half an hour of their morning not only checking their email, which is not a bad thing, they're trying to answer all of it, and they're getting bogged down and caught up in email. And now they're caught up in email and their mind is clogged, things are happening, phones are ringing, more emails coming in. They can't really remember what it was they had to achieve throughout the day. You must plan your day first. Should you check your email? Absolutely. But remember, I said check, not answer. It's the fatal trap that causes most managers to get caught off and run off on tangents. Here's my challenge. Can I dare you to come into work tomorrow, turn your computer on, let the email run down the inbox, look at the email, write down the 1 or 2 emails that you might need to respond to, plan your day, and that in itself is another lesson. Plan your day on paper, in your spiral notebook or in your diary or in your calendar, and only when you've planned your day and you know where you're going and what has to be achieved from both your perspective and your team's perspective, would you then consider checking email. And one more hint. Don't spend half an hour in the morning, especially first up in the morning. Limit yourself to 10 minutes and say to yourself, I've got 10 minutes, I'm only going to answer the 5, 6, maybe 7 most critical emails. I'll leave the rest until after morning tea, and I'll leave the lower priority emails until after lunch. If you can spend the morning working on the most important things first, projects and major activities, as well as a smattering of important email, you'll get much more done than getting bogged down without a plan. The first hour of the day is the most important. Don't waste it getting caught up in stuff, getting caught up in trivial or non-essential email, but more importantly, try to achieve success without having a plan. Have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you very soon.